Knights and Sith Lords, and welcome to Star Wars Artifacts. My name is Dominic, aka Lord Doom, and today we'll be reviewing the Cal Kestis lightsaber as seen in the Jedi Fallen Order video game. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and smash the like button. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All the links are available in the description below. The Cal Kestis lightsaber is sold since March 25th, 2022 at both Galaxy's Edge parks. It is sold for 170 credits. If you don't already have one, you also need to purchase a 36-inch blade sold for 50 credits. So, the whole kit will cost you 220 credits or 275 Canadian dollars. However, it is possible to combine two of those lightsabers to create the Jaro Tapal double-bladed one. So, you will have to pay the double if you want to do this. As for all legacy lightsabers, you will find it at Dukandar's Den of Antiquities on the Blackspire Outpost. Enough talking, let's start the review. Let's start by taking a closer look at the box. As you can see, the box used is the largest of the two formats. In the middle, we notice the Jedi Order logo. For the first time, the lightsaber on the logo is not painted the same color as the rest of the emblem. The blue background indicates that the blade color will be blue. Once the box is opened, we can see the lightsaber on what used to be a silent sheet. Since the release of Mold's Shadow Collective lightsaber, the material for the sabers seems less silky. As you might have noticed, the saber already had the connector on. This piece is necessary to make the double-bladed version. Underneath the satin sheet, you will find the damaged pommel. Before we begin the analysis of the saber, we must talk about its origins. Those who have played the video game already know its history, but here it is for those who haven't. At the time of the execution of Order 66, Cal Kestis was a young Padawan under the mentorship of Jaro Tapal, a Lasat Jedi Master. When the troops of the 13th Battalion received the order to turn against the Jedi, Tapal did everything he could to escape with the young Kestis. Unfortunately, there were too many clones and the Jedi Master was mortally wounded. His saber was also heavily damaged and only one half remained functional. Before he died, he gave it to Kestis, who had lost his during their escape. Now that we know its origins, let's take a closer look at the lightsaber. The emitter features an uncommon look that we have never seen before. Its U-shape allows us to see the blade light up through it. The center portion lets us see some parts of the mechanism. A copper band marks the end of the emitter. The activation button is located on the mid portion of the saber. We don't know the use of the little round button, but I bet it would serve as a blade length regulator. The rest of this section is decorated with different sized black stripes that add to the look of the saber. On the other side, you will find a Contre-attaque ring that will allow you to attach it to a belt clip. This portion, as well as the emitter, is entirely made of brushed metal. The grip is coated with an embossed rubber texture that helps with the handling. The slightly more pronounced line indicates where the pommel and the hilt separate. It is also the place where you can screw the connector. Obviously, the pommel is the section that features the most details. Damaged coating, broken wires, fried circuitry, all the details are there. I was curious to see the attention that would be brought to this portion, and I must admit that I'm very pleased with the final result. Once the pommel is removed, you get access to the battery compartment. The saber requires 3 AAA batteries. It is also the place where you screw the connector. It is made with the same rubber coating as the grip. If you look closely, you will notice some vents that allow the sound to come out when in double blade mode. When connected, the saber is 23.5 inches long. If you add 2 36-inch blades to the saber, you get a total length of 7 feet and 6 inches. This length places it just behind the Mold Shadow Collective double-bladed lightsaber. Its weight is of 2.5 pounds in single blade mode and 5 pounds in double-bladed mode. When activated, you can hear the actual sounds of the saber. Thanks to the shape of the emitter, you can see the blue blade shine through it. On clash, the blade will flash white or yellow. As far as I know, this is the first lightsaber that has 2 flash-on-clash colors. The Cal Kestis Legacy lightsaber was made following a public vote that occurred on fall 2020. It was supposed to be released on fall 2021, but thanks to the supply chain problems, we had to wait until spring 2022. Other choices were the Anakin Skywalker Episode 2 lightsaber, the Qui-Gon Jinn Episode 1 lightsaber, the Ezra Bridger and the Kanan Jarrus lightsabers from the Rebel series, and Lord Korvac's lightsaber from the Vader Immortal video game. I personally voted for Qui-Gon Jinn's, and I'm convinced it will be released in a not-too-distant future, since it finished in second place in the voting column. Even if it was not my first choice, I must admit that I'm very impressed with the final product. The option to create a double-bladed version is really interesting, and it would have been unthinkable from my standpoint to purchase only one saber. The single-bladed version can be considered as the Cal Kestis saber, and the double-bladed version as Jaro Tapal's. Now, I hope they will make the Seer Junda's lightsaber so we can connect it with this one. What do you think of this lightsaber? Do you prefer the single-bladed version or the double-bladed? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to share it on your social media. I'll see you next week for another review, and until then, may the Force be with you, always.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.